Hi everybody, welcome back to Read With Me, LG. Today we have a great book. This is one of my favorites from when I was a child, and I hope you enjoy it too. So this is Creatures of the Desert World, and you can see right on the front, big old jackrabbit. And so that's going to open up what we're speaking about today. We're going to talk about desert life and creatures, and it's a fun pop-up book. So get ready for all of the fun things to come. So we're going to get started. Alrighty. In the early morning sun, 2 mountain lion cubs are playing with a spiny lizard. Soon they will follow their mother to their den to sleep during the hottest time of the day. They live in Arizona's Sonoran desert. The desert has little water and is often very hot. Some desert plants have spines as large as needles. A saguaro cactus, saguaro, that's actually what it says. Saguaro cactus is like an apartment building. Many creatures have homes there. In the morning, a kestrel flies out of its nest, and an elf owl comes home to sleep. Can you find another owl? Let's look. Let's see what all we see here, okay? So first, we've got the cubs playing, right? And there's the mom. We've got this little cactus here. Is there anything? Nope, nothing behind there. Just a 3D cactus. Here's the giant saguaro cactus that they were talking about is an apartment building, meaning lots of creatures live there. Let's see what else we have. Oh, I see the kestrel flying out. I see a bird eating something out of the cactus, and I see a tab. So let's pull it and see what happens. They fly. How neat. Okay, do you think I should do this one too? Let's see. Oh, the owl, his eyes move. It's pretty nifty. In the desert, many animals hunt in the morning when it's cool. A roadrunner goes after a rattlesnake. The snake rattles its tail, ready to strike, but the bird can dodge the snake's poisonous fangs. When the snake gets tired, the bird may kill it for food. Nearby, a badger digs into the home of a ground squirrel. The underground home, or burrow, has another opening, but even if the squirrel escapes even if the squirrel escapes the claws of the badger, it may become breakfast for a watchful coyote. Oh my goodness, there's a lot happening in this one, right? So, let's see what happens. Oh, there's the badger and the coyote. Oh my goodness. So there's a lot of things happening there. So not only is the badger moving and the coyote's moving, but notice here. Do you see the ground squirrel coming up? Okay. And then over here, we have the bird and the snake. There. I'm trying to see who's going to win that war. And this is the rattle on the rattlesnake's tail. So in this one, unfortunately, the rattle doesn't make a noise, but in real life, the snake moves his tail, he rattles it by shaking it back and forth, and that creates the noise that we often think of when we think of rattlesnakes. They do it before they strike, meaning before they bite. It is late spring in the desert, and flowers are blooming. At noontime, it is hot, and many animals stay still in the shade. I've been hot like that before too, haven't you? And it's always nice to just kind of relax and stay calm and cool if you can. This way, they do not need as much water. A mule deer curls up near a cactus. A kit fox lies in the shade by her den. Pecaries? I think that's how you say that word. Pecaries, which are like pigs, bury themselves in the sand. Can you find other animals? We're going to look in a second together. Not all animals are resting. Quail run through the bushes. A red racer slithers across the hot sand to the shelter of a rock. The snake would die if it stayed too long in the sun. 2 hawks perch above their nests on the cactus. We have a lot of things to look for in this one. So first of all, look at this great pop-up. It's totally 3D, so this is looking down on it. If you look from the front is where you actually see all the action. So we can see the 2 birds at the top. Do you guys see those? They're perching. Let's see what else we see. Oh, I think there could be something hidden under here. What do you guys think? Yes, it says a Gila monster rests in the daytime. Okay. Oh, look around here. there's a deer resting. Let's see if we see anything else back here. Oh my, I see the quail. That's pretty nifty. Is there anything under here? Oh, yep. A ringtail sleeps in its den. Look at the ringtail on the ground. It's hidden below the ground. A den is underground. Let's see. Something moves over here, so let's see what that is. Let's see what this does. Oh, the red snake slithers across the ground. Do you see it moving? It's pretty cool. So, again, there's a lot happening in the desert, even when we feel like there's not. In the afternoon heat, only a few animals are moving about. Remember, because it's really hot and saves energy, and you don't have to need as much water if you stay in the shade. A pack rat runs home with a toy it found. A tortoise reaches for cactus fruit and startles a jackrabbit. Turtle and a rabbit. There's some other stories about them. A black-throated sparrow hunts for seeds. Some animals escape the sun by staying underground. A scorpion will wait until night to hunt for insects to eat. With its cheek pouches full of seeds, a pocket mouse curls up in its burrow. A centipede has found a cool, damp spot. So again, I think we're going to see a lot of things in here. So let's see what we can find together. So I see right away the little rat carrying the toy. So probably a kid visiting the desert left behind his little toy airplane. Can you see that? And the rat found it and is carrying it to his den. Let's see what comes here. Let's see what we... I'm not sure. Oh, maybe there? Nope. But behind here, oh, what do you see in the pack rat's nest? Watch out. If you leave your toy on the ground, a pack rat could steal it to decorate its nest. So behind the little cactus, so we saw the pack rat running. He's actually running towards his nest. And in there's also some keys and a little toy car. And then over here, let's see what else we see. I see something under here. Ooh, it says a pocket mouse sleeps safely in its nest underground. So there's the little pocket nest. And then let's see, is there something else right here? Yep, a poisonous scorpion rests in its tunnel. Remember, it comes out at night to hunt bugs, it said. And then we have the rabbit and the tortoise. Right here, behind there are the rabbit and tortoise. Here we go. Rabbit and the tortoise. Pretty cool, right? All right. As the sun sets, the desert cools off quickly. Night animals, such as the tarantula, begin to move around. A tarantula is a spider the size of a mouse. That's pretty big. Have you seen a tarantula in real life? I've never seen one loose, but I've seen someone's pet tarantula, and they're pretty big. I wouldn't want to run into one in the wild. They begin to move around. A tarantula is a spider the size of a mouse, that's right. It crawls over rocks to catch a beetle. A Gila monster turns its head to watch. It uses its sense of smell to find eggs, birds, and small animals to eat. When food is scarce, the lizard lives on fat stored in its big tail. It's pretty handy. A skunk does a handstand to warn a bobcat. If the bobcat does not leave, the skunk will spray a bad smell. Whew. A wren sings from the top of a cactus. Its nest is safe among the sharp cactus spines. So, let's see everything over here. So here's the Gila monster, right? And he's looking for all kinds of things with his nose because he has a really good sense of smell. Here's the giant tarantula going after the bug. Okay. Up here is the bird whose nest is safe inside the cactus spines. And then here is the bobcat and the skunk. Let's see. Haha, look at that. He's about to spray him, right? And that doesn't smell good, is what it said. Because skunks do spray off some bad stuff. Last page. A full moon lights up the desert night. Now that it's cooler, a lot of animals are out hunting. Many of them depend on sharp senses of hearing or smell to catch food. Bats use echoes to find their way. Long-nosed bats sip nectar from cactus flowers. Kit foxes play as a ringtail watches from a big rock. A screech owl brings a moth for its hungry baby nesting in the hole in the cactus. When morning comes, the night hunters will return to their homes, and the daytime hunters will begin their search for food. So there's also a lot happening on this page. So let's see what we see. So there are the foxes playing. Okay, there is the mama owl going to feed her hungry baby. And not only does her wing flap, but do you see the baby popping out from the cactus to eat the food? And then we have the bats. And the long-nosed bats, are sipping nectar from the flowers. Let's see what happens when I pull this tab. Yep, the bat flies. All right, so that book is done. I hope you guys liked Creatures of the Desert World. I forgot to say at the beginning that this is the National Geographic book. And it doesn't say the specific author on this one, but it does say National Geographic. And there's a whole list of illustrators and authors who help with this book. And probably with all of the animal facts in here too, because they're real. I've always enjoyed this one. I think it's really neat to think about the desert coming alive during the day and the night. What do you guys think? And on top of that, you'll notice I stumbled through a few words or had trouble pronouncing a few things that I'm not familiar with. And that's okay. I think that that's a good thing to remember, is that part of learning to read and part of just reading anyway is when you get to different words, or when you're maybe in front of people or presenting on a YouTube channel, sometimes you're going to blunder and say things you don't mean or say a word funny. And it's important to keep going and just remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about enjoying it. So I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for joining. See you tomorrow.